Okay, welcome to the second part of our video here on how to create a microsite and feed that into Facebook with an ad and generate buyer leads off of that. As I've spoken with everyone individually, we went a lot more in depth, so now I'm just going to go back and do a review video of kind of how to do everything so that you can just power through it, and hopefully you can answer some of those questions that you may have had just by watching the video. So when you're in Facebook, you're going to want to come up here to the little down caret, click on that, and go to Create Ads. This will pull up the ad manager that we worked with when we were doing all the individual videos here. Just take a moment for this to load. Yep, so we're going to come down here and click on Lead Generation because we are looking for leads. Hopefully you don't have things popping up and getting in your way. Okay, so we're going to head down to Lead Generation. And in the first video we were doing a campaign for first-time buyers in Greer under 200,000. So we're going to go ahead and leave that in our title here for our campaign name. So if we ever need to come back in and make any adjustments, that's where we're going to go. And once we get all of these things set up, we're going to need a way to kind of look for them pretty quickly. So this brings us up to the Create Ad Set page, and the ad set name, once again, that just fills in a generic name on here. We're going to change that also to match our first-time buyers in Greer under 200,000. We're going to scroll down. Yeah, it's the right page. We're going to be targeting our audience at Greer, South Carolina. And we're going to want to set a 12-mile radius on that because just statistically speaking, that's about how far people move is within a 12-mile range. Which, if you're familiar with the area, yeah, it's pretty much everywhere from Greenville up to the west side of Spartanburg. That looks right, from Simpsonville up into fairly deep Greer. Just geographically looking, this appears to be pretty much spot on. So we're going to come down. We're looking at first-time home buyers. Teenagers aren't really going to be able to afford that. We're going to be looking for someone in their later 20s and up. People in their 60s have likely already purchased a home or two or three, so they've gone through this before. So we're just going to pick an arbitrary cutoff of 50 for that. And our audience is already down to just 200,000 people here. We're going to want to include some behavioral and demographic issues here. We're going to put likely to move for our main behavior. And down here, we're going to come down to narrow audience, and we are going to look for people that are buying a house for an interest. Then down here for exclude people, we're going to come in and we are going to remove recent home buyers because once again, we're targeting people that have already, or targeting people that are purchasing a home. If they've already bought a home, they're not going to fit our target. If they've taken out a mortgage recently, that's also going to be one that we're going to want to exclude. Pretty much anytime we're going after a buyer campaign, we're going to be excluding the same things here. And we're going to exclude real estate agent and brokers as both job title and employer. Number one, these people aren't buying from you, so you don't want to waste your precious ad dollars on them. And it also helps our advertising fly under their the radar with them. All right, so we took it out of employers, job titles. Especially anything in this box is going to rule people out. So we're going to scroll down to placements. We're going to want to edit our placement and put this on mobile only. And most of us are going to take off Instagram, unless you have a pretty good sized following where you're going to actually generate some business from there. It's just going to be wasted money. So go ahead and click off of Instagram. And we're going to keep scrolling down here. We're going to set our budget. So this one you can set it either daily or lifetime. I recommend going lifetime, just this way you can do it in spurts and you can kind of control your top level spend. If you're going with a daily budget, you're really just kind of throwing money into the wind. You're not entirely sure. You can always come back and make changes and adjustments as needed. I prefer the lifetime budget because once it hits that dollar amount that you set, that's it. It's over. And you can come back and re-up it if you want. But just personally, if I set up something up on a daily spend, I'm not going to think about it. I'm going to forget it, and I will be paying for this thing for 10 years. So I'm just going to go with the lifetime budget. So I'm going to say I want to spend $200 here in the next month on this campaign, which is actually a pretty good amount when you look at it for what you're going to get in return. So we're going to continue. And now we're actually going to set up the ad itself. Up here at the top, once again, the actual ad, it gives it a fairly generic name. It tells you which Facebook page you're on, the type of advertisement that you're doing. So then on the back side, we're just going to tack on the identifiers for us so you can find it in your stack later. Now, when we're doing something that's list-based, like the like our property lists here, the carousel works best just because you can put multiple images there, and people that are on their phone, whether they can scroll through a couple and kind of get a good idea of what's going on, rather than just looking at a single image. And videos and slideshows for this type of thing don't really work too well. You're more than welcome to try any of these that you want, but just at least out of the first one or two, you want to set it up on a carousel. Now for text, this box right here is going to add writing above the pictures. This is where we're going to want to put something like free updated list of great homes for first-time buyers in Greer. And as you can see on the right-hand side, the Facebook ad preview is updating for us. All right, so that looks pretty good. So we're going to move down and we're going to look at the cards. That's what these pictures are, along with the writing underneath. There's going to be 3 of them. You can go up to 10. Really between 3 and 5 is just fine, because they're only going to see the full first one. They're going to see a partial second one. The only time they'll even see even a partial third is if they scroll over and it just kind of loops back and forth. Driving people to a list, you don't want to give too many, because when you get down here and we start changing the language down here at the bottom, there's only so much you're really going to be able to say. And there's still going to be another screen to go. We're going to want to put more information. So it'll change out these Facebook logos for pictures. You're going to make sure you're clicked onto that particular card. And then we're going to select image. Now you can drag and drop, you can click. There's a bunch of ways to get your pictures in here. Once they're in Facebook, it's going to move them into the image library. And we're going to come in here. I've already loaded a few, so I'm just going to load those up real quickly here. So I'm not going to waste too much time with it. It's just uploading images. Alright, so there we go. We have all 3 of our images locked in. Now I'm going to want to come down here and change the headline text down here. Since we're going after first-time home buyers, I'm going to put something to the effect of own for less than rent. Alright, see, so that one's updated. We're going to go on to number 2 here, which you'll see the update down here in just a moment. Excuse me. So as you can see down here, it has uploaded that. If you're ever curious what to kind of fill in for here, I would say go ahead and take a look at what's on the Zillow website, Trulia, Realtor.com. I tend to go with those because they've tested, A/B tested, and split tested many messages to try and get people to upsell to their mortgage brokers that are paying into their all these other things. So it's always nice to look in there. You can also take your cues from like automotive sales, like that's kind of see where you can own for less than rent, that kind of thing. So just take a look around. You don't have to be the most original person. You're not trying to sell the house. You're just trying to get them onto your website for now. So we're going to scroll down just a little bit further here. Then we're going to change this sign up button into a learn more over here. Just click and click, and that's done there. So then scroll down a little bit further, and it goes to lead form. Now this is where the going into that edited placement is going to make a difference. If you leave it with the automatic placement, and someone is looking at this on their desktop, their laptop, their tablet, they're going to have to enter in all the information that you're going to ask for, like your name, phone number, email, and it's going to give them a reason to pause and a reason to slow down and bounce from your funnel. Right now, we just want to kind of collect everyone that we possibly can, and if we're staying on the mobile platform, Facebook will automatically go ahead and preload all of that data in here, so they can just click a button. They don't have to do any of that typing, and it's less friction for the prospects here. So we're going to come in with the headline. Almost there, just one more click. You're definitely going to want to do some better copywriting than what I'm uploading here. I'm just walking through this to show you how it's done. Now you're going to want to upload an image up here, otherwise you are going to have this silly gray bicycle on your page. Let's just go here to upload an image. Pick any old image. Okay, so now we're going to fill in this paragraph data down here. We have many great financing programs for little to no money down. Owning is less expensive than rent. Call today for details. You can put really whatever you want in there, but this is really just getting that just a little bit further into the funnel here. Wow, I really messed that one up. All right, so now we're going to come down into the actual questions. This is the information that you're providing or that you're asking for them to give you. So you always like going with name, phone number, and email. If you leave it by the default, it puts email first. It just looks weird, at least to me. So if you click off the email and then click it back on, it just shuffles it back down here to the bottom. So then it says name, phone number, email. It just seems more natural to me. You can leave it. It's not really going to make a big difference. So the next section that we're going to have to fill out is privacy policy. Up here in the link text, just write privacy policy. And if you go to the Readify website, readify.com/privacy-policy, we actually already have a privacy policy set up, so you can just copy that and paste. That'll take care of that. And now we're going on to the thank you screen. This is the last screen before they visit the website. The default message just says, hey, we've sent all your information to Chad or Kalila or Joseph, whoever is setting this up. You can change all that through here. The bold text you can change with the headline. Down here for the button text, that's what we're going to want to change. We're going to change it to show me houses. This is what they've been looking for, right? Now, that little microsite that we had set up on the last video, we're going to go up here and copy that address and just paste that down here. And then we're just going to come up here and save. Oh, I already have a file with that name. And then click Finish. So it's going to bring us back out to the Ads Manager. Now you're going to get this little message that your ad may not be approved. This is basically just due to federal equal housing opportunity or laws and that kind of thing. This is Facebook kind of covering there, but you have to click the button that you're certifying compliance with all these laws. And then they are going to review the ad on their end just to be sure. If there's any issues, you'll receive a message saying that your ad was rejected. If not, you can just go ahead and hit confirm, and then the ad will be accepted or rejected, depending on if you have any problems there. But that's it. That's really all you have to do. And the great thing with this is once this ad is up and running, you don't have to really do anything. Facebook's going to be distributing it for you. People are going to click on there. You're going to get their information. And then on the other side of it, the MLS is updating this little micro website for you constantly. Anytime something changes, you don't have to do anything. It's great. So we've kind of automated both ends of the lead funnel there. In future videos, we're going to go into some more advanced strategies and retargeting and that kind of thing. But for now, this is the basics. And just with this little bit of information, you can set up this type of microsite and funnel for anyone that's interested in foreclosure homes, certain school districts. If they only want mobile homes, it's really up to whatever your imagination is going to limit you. So just go ahead, get creative. Think about what you want to target and what you think is going to be a good niche for you. And if you need any help kind of walking through anything or getting everything built and set up, just let me know. More than happy to help you out. I'm a good resource for you. And with that, I'm going to call it a day. And well, thank you for watching.